Welcome, adventurers and lawkeepers. Today, we unravel the tangled origins and secrets of the infamous Tomb of the Nine Gods, a dungeon dripping with death, deception, and cosmic ambition. Its creation, its tragic purpose, and its reverberations across the world of Toril weave a tale unlike any other in Dungeons & Dragons. Prepare for a journey through Deathtrap corridors and apocalyptic machinations. To understand the tomb, we must begin with Acererak, the master lich, demi-lich, and architect of some of the most notorious death traps in the multiverse. Acererak, a cunning and merciless Cambion, scours worlds for forbidden artifacts and siphons the souls of would-be heroes to fuel his dark quest for true immortality, far surpassing conventional undeath. Acererak's thirst for novelty brought him to the jungles of Chult, a land known for its ancient mysteries and powerful spirits. In the ruined city of Omu, Acererak's fate entwined with that of the 9 Trickster gods, setting the stage for one of the realm's darkest sagas. Omu, once a jewel of Chult's civilization, fell into ruin after its patron god Ubtao departed in disgust over mortals' greed and cruelty. The city's people, bereft of divine guidance, turned to the jungle's powerful spirits, 9 primal entities who became known as the Trickster gods of Omu. The 9 Trickster gods, each with their own animal form and flawed personality, reveled in challenging their followers via brutal, clever trials. These spirits, Moa, Wongo, Ijin, Obolaka, Papazotl, Shagambi, Unk, Kubazan, and Nangnang, were famous for their feuds and rivalries, fueling deadly competitions that defined Omu's decadent final days. Though they granted supernatural powers, the Trickster gods lacked the true divine spark. Their magic was limited, and their games could turn lethal. Their cults, conflict, and influence on the Omuan people were capped by the gods' ultimate inability to grant miracles on par with greater deities. Acererak, fascinated by Omu's intricate cults and deadly rituals, saw inspiration for a new infernal project. He swept into Omu, annihilated the Trickster gods, and bound their essences to powerful relics. The Lich consigned the spirits and their followers to oblivion, enslaving the remaining Omuans for his ambitious plan. Under Acererak's whip, the last citizens of Omu built the Tomb of the Nine Gods, an immense, multi-layered dungeon, each segment designed to torment, slay, and entrap the souls of intruders. When the tomb was finally complete, Acererak killed the builders, ensuring the tomb was sealed with both constructional cunning and the bones of its creators. The city of Omu itself vanished into legend, surrounded by jungle and lost to nearly all but the most determined explorers. With its demise, the faiths and knowledge of the 9 Trickster gods died out, their legacy preserved only by the lingering spirits and the lethal architecture lurking beneath the city's ruins. Marking the threshold to the tomb stands a black obelisk, a relic of that long-lost civilization I covered in my last video on the Spellweavers. Though born of their cosmic mysteries, Acererak has claimed it for his own, inscribing his riddling challenges into the stone as both ward and taunt to those who dare approach. The tomb's design is a marvel of murderous ingenuity. Spanning 6 subterranean floors, it seamlessly blends diabolical mechanisms, magical interference, and the unresting spirits of the Trickster gods with swarms of undead and unspeakable abominations, all for Acererak's deadly amusement. The first 4 levels house the sarcophagi of each Trickster god, stuffed with tricky puzzles, traps, restless dead, and rooms designed to test and slaughter the greedy or unwary. Throughout, hints of their bitter rivalries and twisted personalities are woven into the very stonework and magical wards. Traps within the tomb are not mere physical dangers. Many have supernatural or even cosmic repercussions. Magic is stifled in confounding ways. Teleportation fails, divination goes awry, and escape is nearly impossible. Even the ambient humidity and unnatural chill betray the tomb's necromantic purpose. Creeping deeper, adventurers find themselves in chambers maintained by withers, the tomb's undead custodian, and a host of tomb dwarves, wights tasked with resetting contraptions and fashioning new undead guardians from the remains of previous explorers. But at the heart of the tomb lies something much more horrifying than traps or undead: the Soulmonger. This towering, crystalline cylinder hums with sinister necromancy, its translucent form revealing the tormented souls trapped within, each one harvested by the artifact and forcibly prevented from passing into any afterlife. When the Soulmonger stirred to life, its reach extended far beyond the tomb, sweeping over Toril in the form of the Death Curse, ensnaring the newly dead and condemning the resurrected to wither beyond all salvation. Entire nations felt its grip, as priests and archmages alike found their greatest magics powerless, leaving the world to face death without reprieve. But why such a monstrous device? The answer lies in a Acererak's encounter with an Atropal, a godling stillborn in the negative energy plane, doomed to eternal undeath and cosmic spite. In the heart of the tomb, this Atropal is tethered to the Soulmonger's malevolent apparatus. Atropals are among the most loathsome and dangerous abominations in the multiverse. Unfinished gods, stillborn in primordial chaos, seething with bitter hate. Their malformed, oozing bodies exude negative energy, and their gaze alone can snuff the life from even stalwart heroes. Denied existence and shunned by all deities, Atropals have insatiable appetites for destruction. Acererak plucked one of these cosmic orphans from the negative energy plane, recognizing its latent divinity. His plan: feed it the souls of Toril, thereby creating a new death god bound to his will. To nurture the Atropal and oversee the Soulmonger's operation, Acererak enlisted a night hag coven known as the Sown Sisters. Experts in soul manipulation, these hags watched over the Atropal and the Soulmonger, awaiting the day their ward would ascend to true godhood. Thus, the tomb became both a slaughterhouse for adventurers and a blasphemous nursery. Every soul reaped by the tomb's many traps sent directly to the Soulmonger, nourishing the Atropal's grotesque existence. The lower levels of the tomb reflect Acererak's obsession with mechanical and planar marvels. Rotating gears, control rooms, and extraplanar engines powered by modrons from Mechanus all hint at a broader cosmological reach and the true depths of the Lich's machinations. Most fearsome, however, is the cradle of the Death God, a vast lava-ringed chamber housing both the Soulmonger and the floating Atropal. Access is barred by the Skeleton Gate, which can only be unlocked with keys scattered across the tomb's previous deadly levels. Upon the activation of the Soulmonger, the Death Curse began, its effects catastrophic and inescapable. Resurrection magic failed universally. Those who had once been returned to life watched helplessly as their flesh decayed, their bodies deteriorating beyond the aid of clerics or archmages. The Death Curse's reach baffled even the greatest powers in Faerun. Liches found their phylacteries unable to gather new souls. No sending or planar travel would bypass the curse. Panic erupted as wealthy and powerful individuals discovered that even their status could not spare them from death's finality. As the curse spread, terrified factions dispatched agents to Chult in search of answers. The Harpers, Red Wizards, and Zentarim, alongside countless desperate adventurers, descended on Port Nyanzaru, eager to unravel the mystery and save the dying. The true cause remained hidden until brave souls uncovered the tomb's existence beneath Omu. Piecing together clues from the ruins, they pressed deeper into the tomb, confronting both corporeal nightmares and the vengeful spirits of the Nine Gods, desperate for liberation from Acererak's grasp. In the Cradle's climax, would-be heroes face the Atropal itself, protected by the Soulmonger's tentacular defenses and the Night Hag Coven. Victory depended on severing the link between artifact and godling, destroying the soulmonger to release untold souls and end the curse. When the soulmonger finally shattered, the souls within were freed, spiraling towards the afterlife in a brilliant, cathartic flash. The Atropal, denied sustenance and the potential for godhood, was ultimately destroyed. The death curse lifted, and the world breathed easier at last. Yet the aftermath was far from peaceful. The shattered remnants of the soulmonger and Atropal became coveted prizes. Red wizards and Yuan-Ti cultists schemed to reclaim their power, while evil grew restless in the void left by the curse's end. Some relics from the Atropal were used for new horrors. The dripping cyst was exploited by ambitious necromancers and vengeful shamans, stirring fresh waves of undead plagues across Chult and threatening Port Nyanzaru anew. Meanwhile, the failed experiment cemented Acererak's legacy as master of cruelty, forever refining his traps, drawing new souls to his labyrinths, and keeping the multiverse guessing as to his future designs. As for the city of Omu, it remains a monument to hubris and misery, a once great civilization reduced to mausoleum and myth. Its shrines, haunted by the echoes of primal spirits, now serve only as warning to those who would seek forbidden power or traffic in the souls of the dead. For dungeon masters and players, the Tomb of the Nine Gods offers not just a test of wit and survivability, but a living narrative about the dangers of unchecked ambition, the costs of meddling in cosmic balances, and the tragic destiny of those who would play God. In summary, the tomb ties together the legacies of Omu, the Trickster gods, Acererak, and the Atropal, each a major thread in D&D's tapestry of lore, all converging in one of the most deadly dungeons ever imagined, and a curse whose shadow lingers long after the last crypt is sealed. So next time you hear tales of the tomb, remember, its story is one of endless death, twisted immortality, and souls caught in the gears of destiny. Fuel for a god that never should have been. Thanks for watching, and may your dice roll high when you dare the halls of Acererak's infamous creation.